Hey everyone, thanks again for tuning in, and we're going to get to The Lord Will Provide in just 1 second. Such a great song. But just wanted to let you know, as you're watching this video, something will be on the top of the screen that will show you what effects I'm using. Hopefully that helps you, even if you don't have the same effects that I do. Hopefully that can kind of point you in the right direction of how to dial in tones for this song. But if you do have some of the same effects that I'm using, all of my resources are available on my website. So if you go to thetoneshepherd.com, I've got TONEX captures and Strymon presets, stuff like that. So that might be helpful to you. But also want to encourage you to head to my Instagram as well. If you don't follow me there, we talk about all things worship and gear, and love to just hang out and chat on that platform. And at the very end of this video, there's just a short, simple kind of shoot from the hip devotional that I'd love to share with you about this song as well. So anyway, with all that out of the way, subscribe and like and do all that stuff too. But let's dive into the song. Hey, as always, I hope that just helped you prepare to play this song for your church in a more confident way, in a way that you can kind of forget about the music, focus on the words, and hopefully, again, that helped. But I just want to help you understand the deeper meaning of this song as well. Now, I know many of you probably immediately know where the heart of this song comes from. It's found in Matthew chapter 6, starting in verse 25, and it says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life." And then it goes on, and towards the end of that chapter, it says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." And, Jesus here is really getting at kind of the heart of the number one worry that we have as a culture, as a people. And if you really think about it, what are you worried about the most? I think for most of us, we're worried about money, we're worried about health, we're worried about our jobs, maybe a relationship, maybe politics, something like that. But at the top of most everyone's list is finances, is money. And Jesus knows this. Jesus knows that money is such a competitor for our hearts. And so he talks about it so much. And it really backs up in Matthew 6, starting in verse 19. It says this. This is Jesus saying, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." And then he goes on, "Therefore I tell you, don't worry about your life." And it's all tied to this idea of striving for finances and not being secure in having the Lord provide for our needs. And if you really think about it, what is worry? Worry is a belief in an undesired outcome, right? It's putting your mind and your thoughts and your belief in something that you think is going to happen badly in your life. And trust and hope and faith is the exact opposite. It's knowing that God is working all things together for the good of those who love him. It's having a hopeful future. It's knowing that God is providing, knowing that God won't let us down, won't fail. But this is just a beautiful passage, and if you haven't read it lately, maybe I'll just encourage you with it today. And again, Matthew 6, starting in verse 25, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They don't sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? And why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers of the field grow? They don't labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all of his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that's how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? So don't worry, saying, 'What shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear?' For the pagans run after these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." Now, I know that hits all of us in different ways, and you have unique worries. I certainly have unique worries in my life with my wife and my kids and my own health. And I have to constantly, on a regular basis, submit that to the Lord. One thing, though, that I just kind of want to encourage us to see, and I think this song does a really good job of pointing it out in the lyrics, is that we're not talking about a prosperity gospel type of message here. We're not talking about you do the right things for the Lord, you check the right boxes, and then he just gives you more money or more possessions or whatnot. There's a passage I want to read for you in John 14, 27. And I really feel like this passage gets at the heart of what Jesus means. He says this, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." I think at the end of the day, God does know our needs, and I have experienced God's faithfulness so many times to meet my material need. But at the end of the day, even if he didn't meet my material need, I have a hope in a future that's beyond this earth. And so even then, I wouldn't have to worry. And this is the real promise that Jesus gives, his peace that he leaves with us. And he says, I don't give to you as the world gives. And the world is a very reciprocal type of world. If you give to somebody, somebody else will give to you in return, and in likely the same way that you have given. But God, in many, many cases, gives to us in a different way. We might lay down our lives for the Lord in certain ways. We might give certain things, and he might give back in return, but that gift might just be peace. It might be hope. It might be faith. It might be love. It might be belonging or community. And these things are so much more important to Jesus than anything else. We have to remember back when he started the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5, blessed are the poor in spirit. In the book of Luke, it says, blessed are the poor, period. And it goes on and on. So there's a blessing that comes from simplicity. There's still a blessing that comes from not having anything and just having Jesus alone. And this song does a great job of saying that. And it says that if I have you, I have enough. And just knowing that God is faithful and that he will provide, even if he just provides himself. So I don't know what you're worried about right now. I don't know what you're striving for. But my encouragement would be, you got to find that in the person of Jesus first. If you're not fully satisfied in the person of Jesus, and really that is the kingdom. It's his life. It's his way. It's his priorities. And so when we're putting all of our trust and all of our hope in the person of Jesus, just him and him alone, then the rest will be added to us. All that we really need, not necessarily all that we want, but all that we need will be provided, even if that's provided in eternity. Hopefully that just helped you see the song in a different light. But I just want to say blessing to you. Thank you again for watching to the end, and have a great day. Have a great weekend as you prepare for this song, and I'll see you in the next video.